Hi, it's Jackie from Dunnock Studio, Art with a Heart from the heart of Norfolk. Welcome back again. So you've done some painting today, watercolour, got your dirty brushes. So what do you do to clean your brushes? That's the question we'll answer today. So guys, this is how not to look after your watercolour brushes. Dirty water, throw your brushes in at the end of your painting session, walk away and forget about them. No, not a good idea, not a good idea at all. So what's happening is you're resting the bristles on the bottom of the pot, and by doing that you're putting pressure on them, and if you're really unlucky, when they come out they're going to be all splayed. There are ways of getting your brushes back, but they'll never quite be the same again. And also the dirty water, so don't leave them sitting in muddy water, and don't leave them sitting in your palette if you can possibly help it. Obviously there's going to be times when these things happen, so it's just one of those things, but as a general rule, this is one of the worst things you could do to a watercolour brush, is leave it sitting in dirty water like that. So what should you do? So we're going to take this one that's been sat in the paint. If it's completely dried, it will be a lot harder to get the paint out, but we'll see how we go. So I've got some water here which is very dirty. Let's get the worst off. Then I'd move to a not so dirty one, and then if I can I'd go to a clean one. Obviously the easiest way of doing all of that is to use a tap. So then I'd wipe off the excess water. So essentially most days, if you're cleaning your brushes regularly, that's all you're going to need to do. But if you need to do a little bit more, one of the best ways you could do it is to use some good quality soap, like a bar of soap that's gentle. And this is quite often recommended for all brushes. So you wouldn't wash your brush in hot water, and washing up liquid does work, but that's obviously going to be harsher than a bar of soap. So I'm literally rolling it in there and then using my fingers to work it through there. You can see there's not much coming out, so even just rinsing it was pretty much all it needed. And then you can wipe it on a clean towel to see if there's any pigment left. And the soap, if it's natural soap, will actually condition the bristles as well. I'm going to go back to my clean water and make sure I give that a really good rinse, and then back to my clean towel, try and get most of the water off. By doing this, rolling and pulling, you can literally help reshape the brush while it's damp. If it doesn't work, you can use your fingers pinched together to just pull that point together, and there we go. Very relatively clean brush for very little effort. There's a slight stray hair which you can see on the bottom there, but this brush has seen a lot of use, so that's not looking too bad. Simple. Then you need to let it dry. And drying, initially I would leave it on a dry towel, horizontal like that, where the air can get around it, and let it dry. Really, what do you do about your dirty palette? I mean, there's paint in here. Do I want to throw that away? No! You can use all that again. But what about these? Well, you can see these are full. Some nice colour mixing going on here today. Nice greys, my favourite colour combination that is. But this isn't going to be any good for the next person using it. So the quickest way is some towel, relatively clean water, and to wipe it over. Now you can put this in the sink, but obviously you're going to be throwing water around over all of these wells and you're going to lose some pigment. So it is literally the best way to do this is to wipe it clean with a damp cloth. When it's really stuck, I sometimes use baby wipes, etc. Kitchen towel will do the job perfectly well. You don't need to be amazingly accurate. A tiny bit of colour from your last painting session won't do any harm. It's usually best to cleanly mix near the colours you're using, so yellows is this end, blues away from that, etc. This is just one type of palette. There's lots of different ones, and this is a simple one for the sort of workshops that I do here, so people can see what they're doing. But it's relatively simple as watercolour to wipe it out. So even if this is dried on here for days, you can still clean this. It doesn't matter. But would I clean these? No, I wouldn't. Not unless they got really contaminated, but that's never happened yet. Because you can always work more colour in. And this bit of red you've got here, you could just lift that out while it's still damp. Most of it will be gone. By the time you go in next time, it's a clean start. So that's it. Very easy. So here's one that was cleaned up earlier, just wiped around. Now there's a bit of pink left there. But if I'm going to use that area for mixing reds and crimsons, it doesn't matter. The blue is clear, the yellow down here has got a tiny bit of blue on, which I was being very fussy, I would wipe out before I started. But it's easy to do, so don't worry too much about that. So how would you store your brushes? Well, these are the way I do it. It's a very expensive piece of kit, really hard to get hold of. If you can get one of these, then you could make yourself a fortune. An egg box. Great for standing your brushes on whilst they dry, keeping them horizontal. And if you're painting with them equally, whilst you're painting, you can pop your brush down when the phone goes or the children start and you've got to go to them, because any paint sat on these bristles here that drops off whilst you're away is going to drop into there. So you're not going to make a mess. And the best thing about it is it stops them rolling off the table when you're in mid-flow, which happens to me all the time. So that's one of my top tips. Lots of people store their brushes upright like that, and some people actually say that having them upright is bad and not a very good way to dry them. However, some some brush makers actually say that that's probably the best way round to store them and to dry them, and they maintain that the quality used to make the brushes these days, none of this fixative that's inside there holding those bristles together is going to come to any harm whilst they're air drying upright in a jar. So lots of people store them that way and dry them that way. For me, I tend to do that after they've sat on the paper towel maybe for a little while, and then I store them in that. But it's entirely up to you. These are just some ideas for you. So I hope that's helped you. You've got some nice clean brushes, stored correctly, they'll last you for years. It's always worth looking after your brushes. However, you will find eventually some of them will lose their shape, so never throw them away. An old brush can be great for scrubbing in textures, foliage, anything like that. So don't feel because your brush has lost its point that you can't use it. So I never throw any brushes away, they get used for something. Some of the points on the brushes you can bring back depending on what they're made of. Check with the brush manufacturer first by dropping them into boiling water for a few seconds, and then when you pull them out, obviously be careful you don't burn yourself, you reshape the point with your fingers, and that can work. But as I say, don't do that to your expensive sable brush if you have one, because I wouldn't want to be responsible for the results. Check with your manufacturer. So I hope that's been helpful. Happy painting everybody, and enjoy using your brushes. Get that paint out, but don't forget, clean up afterwards. Bye for now. Take care. Bye.